G'day guys, Jaydon here from Abraham's Fortune Wellness Center, sharing a little bit about where I'm at today and continuing our wonderful value series. Might be a little bit biased, right? But I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have too. Our value series on the values here at Abraham's Fortune, how they're important values as a company. You know, we touched on why it's important to have values as a company. We've touched on the first couple, related to active listening and respect for others. This one's a little bit different, right? We help others find peace, reconciliation, and connection. That's a big one, right? Because you could start asking, okay, what are those three things? Peace, reconciliation, and connection. And then how do we help people find them, as clients? What I think I'll do, what I know I'll do actually, because I'm about to do it, is explore what those things mean to me personally, explore how I find those things for myself, and then that will relate to how I find them with clients as well. Because if I can find it for myself, I can show you where to find it, and that's a really helpful thing, right? So we start with peace. Peace is something that I didn't have much of growing up, and I always searched for in my own way. I turned to substances, I turned to distractions, and eventually came to the path of yoga through Christ and discovered that God is the one that gives us peace. We can find peace within ourselves by just sitting in the moment, connecting to Him, experience our love for Him, and just being. Experience His love for us as well. It's such a peaceful place. And to get there, it involves exploring Scripture. It involves talking to other people as well. It involves going to methods that have been tried and tested, not with blind faith. We've got to ask questions and not just accept everything that we're told. It's important and healthy to question things that we're told, but at least have an open mind to get through the door first and to sit in the space and go, okay, what are we talking about here? Christ, again, I just mentioned him before, an example. He finds peace in some way, right? He transcends death, but he also finds forgiveness too in his journey, right? He doesn't have to necessarily reconcile, because he already has the lens of forgiveness with him when he's up there on the cross. He asks God to forgive these people that are there with him. Where does that come from? How can we find that same level of reconciliation in our own lives? Again, what's he always doing? The will of his Father. He's connecting to God. Through God you find peace. Through God you find reconciliation. And through that connection, you can have connection to others, just like his golden commandments too, right? Love the Lord your God with all your being, and then much the same, you will love others as you love yourself, right? I don't know about you guys, but when you try to strong arm yourself into loving anyone, hey Jaydon, love your enemies, even if they keep shitting on your rug, love them. Sorry if that's a little bit crude, but that's the way I am sometimes. Keep loving the people that are doing you wrong. Just keep trying, and eventually you go, I can't do it, this is impossible. Finding love for God first, you'll recognize that these other people in your life are your brothers and sisters. We're all children of the Lord here, including this little pup over here who's going for a bit of a wander, right? Sometimes I have to forgive him, find connection and peace to him when he does his business on the rug. Maybe that's who I was actually thinking of subconsciously when I made that comment. But all these things, for me to find them, I go to the Lord. Simple as that. And there's many different ways that you can do that yourself in your own life. Like I said, for me, that's been Christ and Bhakti Yoga. I do genuinely believe they are the way. And if you're curious about that, would love to hear about that, flick us an email. I'll put my email down there, or reach out to the company. We have these values at the company, so we're all going to align with this. But personally, I view it in my own different way, as we all do as individuals, and I love to share about that too. And when it comes to finding that myself, when I can find that myself, I'm more peaceful, I'm more likely to forgive, and I'm more likely to want to connect. And that helps our clients too. So hopefully you've connected to what I'm saying here today, found a little bit of peace and maybe some reconciliation yourself. Geez, that's a tough word to pronounce. Talk to the values team and maybe see if we could have put forgiveness in there instead. It's much more eloquent, for my tongue at least anyway. But like I said, would love to hear from you guys on this value itself, or about some of the things I've mentioned. The comment section is there. Look forward to hearing from you. And until then, we'll see you next time.